Hi, it's Lori Dejanay. Welcome to Healing with Lori, where we transform mother-daughter relationships and build a life that's true to you. I used to drive 48 hours across Canada in the snow every Christmas to visit my mom. Now I live in Mexico and I enjoy my holidays here. Even though I'm thousands of miles away from my mom, I feel like a better daughter now than I ever did. But how did I do this? How did I get out of guilt, obligation, and pining for a different relationship with my mom? In today's episode, I'm sharing my top 3 tips that helped move me out of dysfunctional holidays and into joy. And if you follow tip number 2 in particular, it will change your holidays forever. We typically aren't just dealing with our moms at the holidays, but other family members as well. And their presence or absence can be really painful. So, tip number 1 for transforming your holidays is to allow yourself to grieve. The holidays bring up a lot of complex emotions, memories, and unmet expectations. In the grieving process, we're coming to terms with reality. We're accepting what is and gradually letting go of our dream relationships. Grieving isn't a step-by-step linear process. You're probably going to move in and out of denial and acceptance, anger and sadness, feeling completely fine, and then feeling overwhelmed. Knowing that you can expect this and that it's a completely normal part of the process will help take some of the confusion and stress out of it. When I was coming to terms with my relationship with my mom and going through my own grieving process, I thought that I was past the anger stage, but guess what? It wasn't the step-by-step process I hoped it would be. I kept returning to anger after I thought I was done with it more times than I can count. Grieving was a messy process, but the mess was a sign of progress. It meant I wasn't suppressing my feelings anymore. Now, I highly recommend that you do your grieving in privacy or with people you feel really comfortable with. Do it in a safe space where you really can let go. If you're visiting your mom or other family members this season, being emotionally dysregulated in front of them is only going to hurt you more. You don't want to say or do something that you regret later but can't take back. But you also don't want to suppress your emotions. So what do? I suggest you remove yourself from the situation. Excuse yourself and go somewhere private for a few minutes. The bathroom was my go-to place to have a cry, to breathe, and to get back into my body. For other people, it really helps them to write things out. So they'll bring a piece of paper and a pen with them, or carry their phone and make a note. When they go into a private space, whether it's their car or the bathroom, or they just go outside for a walk, they get to write out their feelings instead of unleashing them in front of people that aren't there to really hear them. When you're not visiting your family, give yourself permission to feel. My most intense period of grieving happened when I lived in Canada during the winter on a snowy mountain. I went for walks every day, and if I felt angry, I'd hit the snow. If I was sad, I'd let the creek carry away my tears. When you're grieving, make sure you give yourself time to rest or take a nap, even if it's just 10 minutes. Your brain and your body really need that downtime to repair and to form new neural pathways, which are just going to make your next steps easier. Grieving is a necessary part of healing from the relationship with your mom. In the long run, it will make your holidays less dramatic and more joyful. But on its own, it's not enough to change your relationship. Which brings me to this essential tip. Tip number 2, have one non-negotiable this holiday. By now, you've had so many holidays with your mom that you know what you can reasonably expect. Maybe your mom is really critical, or she lays on the guilt that you don't visit enough. Maybe she's not welcoming of your partner. You're dreading the holidays because your brain and your body are anticipating things that they've experienced before. Even if you're hoping it won't happen again, all the evidence from your past says that it probably will. And here's the raw truth. If you're waiting for your mom to change and she isn't, then your peace is in you changing. So your non-negotiable to yourself is a commitment that you make that you don't go back on no matter how uncomfortable it is at the time. It's a promise to yourself that you're going to do something different. It's a little bit scary because it's out of your comfort zone, but it's not too far out of your reach that you're just not going to do it. You want to find that sweet spot where it's doable and it moves you forward. Here are some examples of non-negotiables that I personally used when I was changing my holidays with my mom. One year, I told my family I didn't want to exchange Christmas gifts anymore. I found the whole obligatory shopping thing to be really stressful. But I was scared to tell my mom because for her, gift giving was really important. She would go all out. But I made it a non-negotiable. I made the promise to myself that I would have the conversation and I would follow through. And when I pushed through the guilt, I got so much more freedom. Instead of spending my time and energy in busy stores and lineups, I got to relax more. I got to watch my favorite Christmas movies and make gingerbread cookies. The short-term discomfort of being honest was worth the long-term comfort of having a more enjoyable holiday. Another year, I decided it was time for me to have a separate space when I visited. Because I lived so far away, when I came to see my mom, I wanted it to really count. So I'd spend weeks at her place. After a few years of that, it was time for a change because for me, it was too much. But again, I was scared to talk to my mom and disappoint her. So I made it a non-negotiable because it was important to me. And honestly, it was one of my hardest holidays because it came with a lot of grief and I had to set even more boundaries with my mom while I was in town. But it made the rest of my Christmas visits so much more enjoyable. And if you want more support setting boundaries with your mom, I've compiled all of my experience into a free ebook for you called the Guilt-Free Boundary Guide. In it, you'll learn everything you need to know to make and maintain healthy boundaries with your mom. It also has word-for-word scripts that you can use even when your mom pushes back. So if you want to get your copy, just click the link in the description box below, put in your email, and it will be sent right to your inbox. Also check your spam just in case it winds up there. As a bonus, you'll automatically be signed up for my free email newsletter, where I talk about exclusive offers and things that I only mention in emails. Now there's a theme with the non-negotiables. There are things that you used to enjoy or at least tolerate that you no longer do. The benefits are outweighed by the drawbacks, and it's time for a change. You probably already know what you want to do differently this year, so give yourself that gift. Eat what you want to eat. Say, I don't appreciate that comment. Visit or don't visit. Talk about politics or don't talk about politics. Leave at 7 before Uncle John has too many drinks. Whatever you choose, big or small, it will become the new normal for you and your family. I know it's scary and I know it's hard, but it will make your holidays lighter. Decide in advance before you spend time with your family. I promise you the effort you invest now will pay off exponentially in years to come, and it will get easier. My last tip helped me so many times. Tip number 3, have something to look forward to. This is like a joyous non-negotiable. You make a promise to yourself that you're going to do something special. It could be as simple as putting on your favorite movie or taking a shower. Or you could treat yourself to that cute pair of boots you've been eyeing at the mall. Or even make all of your favorite holiday dishes for one big dinner. The important thing is that you choose something that matters to you and you follow through on it. And when you pair this with your non-negotiable from tip number 2, it's even more powerful. It helps you stay motivated and it gives you a reassurance that everything's going to be okay. I once had to set a boundary with my mom that was incredibly uncomfortable. On my way to her house, I drove past a Christmas light show, and I told myself, after I'm done this conversation, I'm going to that light show because I love Christmas lights. They make me so happy. I didn't care what the ticket would cost. And guess what? It helped me as I was in the middle of that conversation to know in the back of my mind, I'm going somewhere exciting after this. That's just for me. It helped me hang in there through the discomfort. And let me tell you, it was exactly what I needed. And to this day, it is one of my favorite Christmas memories. If you'd like support and guidance and you feel stuck trying to heal on your own, one-on-one coaching with me might be what you need. You can book a complimentary call with me using the link in the description box below. And best of all, it is completely free, so you can see if it's right for you without the risk. I hope today's tips really help. Let me know in the comments what you're excited to try. I know you've been through a lot, and you deserve to have a happy holiday this year and in the years to come. Remember to keep healing and keep feeling because you matter and life gets better from here. Thank you so much for watching. I'm Lori Desjardins, and I'll catch you next time on Healing with Lori.